Howdy, McKay here with Beener Brothers Painting. This is my review of this product by Krylon. It's chalkboard paint. First of all, I want to tell you it's only about $17 a gallon, or $17 a quart at Lowe's. It's probably sold other places. Krylon's a really big brand with a lot of distributors. I got it at Lowe's. I got black, but they have it in a tint base, so you can tint it to any color you'd like. Now, we tested this out here at our office a couple years ago. We put this up to really see how it lasted, how it worked. So it's probably been up 2 or 3 years now. I put 2 coats of it on the wall. You get about 100 square feet of coverage, just like most normal paints. And I did 2 coats, let it dry. I tested it out, and I think I might have tested it a little bit early. So my first recommendation is give it maybe a week or so to cure before you start writing on it, because I felt like the chalk was actually scratching the paint because it was still curing. But honestly, it's worked really well. I just use a roller cover to erase my board because I'm a painter, and you can see it erases nicely, but you can kind of see a little bit of residue here from the chalk. So it doesn't come as clean as like a traditional blackboard would. But if you really want to be more thorough, you can go over it with a wet rag. Now, I know you're not supposed to do this on traditional blackboards, but I've been doing it periodically on this wall that I painted with this chalkboard paint, and it'll dry and just give you a blank slate. So it doesn't do any damage to it. But in most cases, I'll just use the roller cover. You can use a normal, if you're not a painter and obsessed with painting like I am, you can just use a normal chalkboard eraser. But I really have enjoyed this product, and I think the options of different ways to use this are kind of endless. You can paint an actual wall. I've seen doors painted. You can actually build a frame and put this on a piece of plywood or a smooth panel board. And you know, you really can go over it with normal paint when you're done. You'll need to clean it really well, probably scuff sand it, maybe prime it if you're using a colored chain, a different color. But what I like about it is you can go over it. One thing I've seen out in the field when I've worked on houses where they use this chalkboard paint is sometimes they'll just do a section on a wall. And in that case, you do need to take a little more time sanding the borders. Otherwise, you'll see the outline. Just like with any paint, if you just put several coats of paint in one little section, it's going to raise that texture. And so to get rid of that, you do need to sand it down. But for the most part, we haven't had any issues painting on top of this product. I will say, you know, it's held up great. And I think the more I use it and the cloudier it gets, the more it feels like a normal chalkboard. Down here, this wasn't an intentional test, but this had been painted with black spray paint. And my kids were in here going crazy and coloring on this. And you can see, even with the rag, that does not clean off well. I mean, it takes the chalky layer off, but yeah, if you zoom in, you'll still see those marks. As soon as it dries, they'll come right back. So there's quite a difference between this chalkboard paint and normal paint. But I would definitely recommend it. I think it's a great, really inexpensive way to get creative in a space, in a kid's room. Yeah, you get a little bit of dust down here. You can build a little tray like a traditional chalkboard. But honestly, I just run my vacuum across it every now and again and keep that clean. Great product. Krylon, hopefully you can sponsor me someday. If this gets 1 million views, I better at least get some free product. Thanks for watching the video, guys.